Hello, beloved. Welcome to a seer's world. Okay, welcome to a seer's world. This will be your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time. Okay, again, this will be your message from the divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those keen or interested, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. Okay, for personal reading, I do offer those if you want to book me. Without further ado, let us tap into this message. Let us tap into this reading. Let us tap into this energy here. So I'm channeling a group of friends, okay? Um, this is a group of women, a group of men. Take it how it applies, beloved, divine feminine, divine masculine. Let's see here. Or a cult or a covenant, a family. However way this group is associated with one another, it varies for all. So yet again, beloved, as we've established, take it out applies for your, reality, world, and life. So this group of people is planning to unalive you, is what I'm channeling here. They're planning to unalive you, to take your life, simply put. We have the Three of Swords here. So this is a moment of weakness, a situation, a circumstance, a predicament of weakness, like, where you feel, like you have nothing to worry about, but you have everything to worry about. These are people that want to watch you take your last breath or wither away in that energy of being dead, okay? They all can be enemies or close, it does not matter, but they have come together to plan your last supper. This is the energy here. Three of Swords. There's a mastermind though, okay? There's someone behind this, okay? A puppeteer. Someone vengeful, almost crazy. Okay? This is somebody that has been this way towards you for a long time. They're so crazy that they want to do this at your home. Three of Swords. They want to, wow, they want to take your last breath at your home, where you feel most comfortable, most loved, or most content, or most relaxed, or most calm. So this group of people here is like there's a premeditated murder here that involves pure voodoo. Okay? Pure voodoo. We have the Wheel of Fortune here. So these are people that are not concerned about anything that you might have left behind. Like, there's family or whatever, like whatever you have to live for. They don't care. Okay? It's not even a thought on their mind. Okay, they're being okay. An analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. Take like something in general that we can all understand. Let's say a mean girls group or mean jock boys group or whatever. They the most popular in high school, right? And they have this hierarchy in the eyes of people where they're known for whatever, right? And they do things led by their own ego or emotions or thoughts, right? They stem from that. That's the root cause, right? So coming back to the generalization of this message, this is the energy where like there's something that's happening within these people that's driving them to this point. It's not so linear like you did something. It's more like you being who you are is the problem. You being who you are is a problem to these people. Okay, these are sick-minded people that lack contentment within themselves. Okay, they want to see you make a mistake. They want to see you mess up in life. They want to see you, fall to your knees and grovel at their feet and beg for mercy because they've always felt beneath you. They've always felt beneath you because they don't love themselves. They don't see themselves. They don't get validated the way you do, or acknowledged the way you do, or respected the way you do. So they want to take your life. Weak, but okay, let's see what's going on here. So we have the Ten of Pentacles reversed here. These are people that, like, whatever this is, has like it's written, right? Like they've sat and discussed it. They've met, spoken, and like sat and discussed it. It's not something that they immediately were in tune with, where it's like, yeah, like this person we gotta know. There's like a brewing hatred here that is so connivingly calculated in its depth that it's almost evil. So the reason they're doing it with voodoo is because they are afraid of you, even as a group. So they resorting to spiritual warfare, trying to weaken you, but nothing has ever happened to you regardless. So they're getting impatient because the voodoo has not been working. And whoever this high priest or high priestess is that they consult with, they just get paid enough to lie about you or your vitality or your mind, your heart. Like, oh, this person is overwhelmed at this time. They feel, very this and that, just negative, bad mouthing unto your identity in order to keep getting paid. That's all. Knowing the truth being that nothing's happening to you. These are people that when they see you speak, they envision certain facial expressions of pure agony and terror. Like when I can't wait to see this person scared and like shivering and like so like frantic, because you always in glory, like someone that walks with the stride of anointing, or they have like some form of Holy Spirit energy where it makes people mad. Okay, it makes them sick to their stomach. Okay, it makes them just want to like do something about it. Okay, so you are bait. The divine put this energy on you as bait. If you take a look at the common theme in your life, people oftentimes want to poke at you. They want to provoke you. They want to find something about you to do something to, as if they know you, but they don't know you. People think they know you because of who they think they are, or what they assume and speculate as if they've walked a mile in your shoes, or they know your truth, or they can sit on a throne they know nothing about. Because who they are is actual murderers, killers. that group together to do it because they're completely weak. Okay? And whatever plan this is, they want it done as soon as possible here. They want to lock you up in a box and not a coffin and just keep doing things to you, coming back to it. It's not like, let's just do it and get it over and done with. These are people that want you to torture. How funny. They want you to torture. Like, oh, no, on this is our day where we go back to the location or the abandoned home or wherever and we do something. You do this, you do that, you cut this, you cut that, and then we all go back and act like we okay in the head, but we really just sick. Jealous, bitter, sickness energy. Okay. Weak. Okay. We have the Emperor reversed. They want to put you in a position where you regret ever even being the way you were. And you just like, they want to take you to a faceless journey where you don't even know who you are anymore. You're like this person that has been hurt so badly and you're just purely sad and angry and miserable. Like these people really are sick, beloved. Like this is just, man, this is sick, man. Like, and then they go back and want to like eat food and bathe and think like, oh, life is going to bless me. My things are going to go fine when I house evil and wickedness within me towards a person who I know nothing about. I'm just jealous and envious because I don't love myself. Is it really the weapon that they should be afraid of, or rather they want you to be afraid of, whatever weapon this is? Or are they just hiding behind it? Is it the gun that we are afraid of with these people that have it? It is, because without it, they're nothing. Is it the knife, the sword? What is it? What is it? What are we afraid of? Locking our doors? What is it? We have the strength reverse. These are people that want to see you, unhealthy, where you just, now you start to urinate on yourself. Okay? You urinating on yourself, now you crying and you need, it's like an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example. Take someone of royalty, which you are of royalty, but take someone of royalty walking in a street with peasants. Don't you think somebody will think of doing something like that? Don't you think when you're sitting in a kingdom, there's peasants that smell like reek of death because their minds are sick? They can't even process what they see in you. And the only problem is they think you care. Who cares about the fact that you hate me? Do you think someone sits and says, someone of royalty sits and says, oh, the peasant is looking at me? No, honey. I'm worried about what I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? And you worried about what I'm eating because you're starving. You know what I'm saying? And you're only starving because you're too busy staring at my plate. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm seeing here is there's something clinical within these people by way of genes, genes, DNA, okay? Where when you see someone in glory and you don't see it in yourself, it's not hate that you feel. It's not evil. It's not wicked. It's something called weakness. Like, oh my goodness, what am I when this person's around? Whose fault is it that that's what happens to these people? So you must live a life of fear just because a peasant doesn't love themselves. Peasants never love themselves, hence they are peasants. Because if they weren't peasants, they would have their own kingdom and not worry about yours because they have their own kingdom. But they know nothing about building because all they know is to be jealous, envious, hateful, vindictive, calculated, thinking that someone out there gives a damn when no one gives a damn, honey. And that's really what bothers them because you don't care. And even in your deathbed, that they'll never ever lay a hand on because nobody is Allah here unless Allah puts something on that person to be that. People should stop thinking they are God. Stop! We have the Six of Swords reversed here. So they're going to get stopped in their tracks, okay? And it's not even something you're going to be doing. They're going to get stopped in their tracks. And how that's going to happen is something will happen to each of them because of the voodoo. Bad health, but not physically. They're going to begin to fall very mentally sick. And they're going to have their little clutch of pills in the pocket, or whatever the hell they have going on, and to just medicate, to just deal with their own shadow, which is who they really are. I don't know if y'all see can y'all see my shadow? Do y'all see it? Everybody got everything got a shadow, child. The mistake they made was to think you can be touched. See, there are people that should be left alone for a reason, you guys. There are people you see that you need to just leave them alone. Okay? And there are people that take that as a threat. Or why should we leave them alone? Or because they want to play with their own life. Okay? Why her? Why him? No, honey. What's your problem really? What's really eating you inside, honey? Or bro? Or sis? What's really the problem? Is it because I talk with this confidence that reeks of royalty and you don't even look in the mirror with love? What's really the tea? I mean, I want to know. I really do. If someone can't look in their own reflection and love themselves, I don't care what they have or who they are. If you can't look at yourself, how dare you step into another person's world, life, and reality not knowing who they are when you don't even know yourself? Who do you think you are? It's a question that peasants never answer because they're peasants. So them worried about what's going on in someone's kingdom, they really don't even have the mental capacity to acquire thoughts of love within themselves. Literally. They just sit and worry about what you're doing. Or look at what memories are they gonna have? What life will they have lived? People are brave, isn't it? But yeah, we have the Nine of Pentacles here. They never believed that you were who you always showed up as because they never wanted you to be that. There's a way you show up to the world that is not a gimmick. When I say I'm prophetic vessel, when I say I'm royalty, when I say there is many, many, many ancestors that, are here with me, I don't really say it to sound cute for the internet. Okay? It's not an aesthetic. Okay? It's not for the vibe. Okay? And whether you choose to believe that or not, that's your funeral. We have the 10 of Wands here. Now, there's something wrong with their brain because they use their bodily fluids to do this voodoo. And what voodoo really is a spit in the divine's face. It's like saying to God, it's like saying, oh, you say, oh, I have plans for you to prosper you, and no weapon form shall prosper. And then someone goes and forms a weapon against somebody. Somebody can be homeless and be royalty. Let's get that straight right now. Okay? It has nothing to do with what they have. It's who they are. Okay? I can go right now and be homeless and I'll still be myself. Okay? And they'll still be bitches mad. Because it's not about where, it's about who, honey. Okay. Nonetheless, some people you just leave alone. And that's the thing, we feel it. When you look at someone, you can see. Like sometimes I'ma just look the other way. I'ma just leave them alone. There's something that exudes in their auric field that our little brains can't process because we don't even control the fact that there's the sun and the moon, and we need to respect that. The air we breathe can be taken away, and we need to respect that. Allah can change the weather right now, and you just will go on about your day thinking you have control, but we need to respect that. We have the King of Cups reversed here. This bad health mentally, these are people that are going to be in a graveyard site or a psychiatric ward. But either way, there's something going on. Something going on, child. These are people that are so weak, they want to make problems that they've lived other people's problems. Like, oh, firstly, I'm an orphan, you guys, right? But I'm not going to sit here and look at someone with parents with resentment because I'm not stupid. I know that people walk different paths of life and I respect their experiences and I know my place. And I'd rather heal than be a bitter bitch about it because no one likes a bitter bitch now, do we? People take people's weaknesses and think they can use it against them. Well, you think it's a weakness that somebody's always quiet. Maybe you always quiet. Maybe you don't say much. Maybe you speak when you need to or when you're spoken to. Maybe you show up in the world as very kind, friendly, and loving. Those are the people we need to leave alone. In the old ancient medieval times and even in our upbringings, we were aware that there's people that were quiet and there's something about them that we just felt like we just need to leave them alone. Take, for instance, in school, everybody had there's that one person in school that was always just quiet. And either someone was afraid to go talk to them, or when they did talk to them, they never did it again. Not because something's wrong with that person, but because there's something you don't see about them. I was like that in school. I walk in school, I freak people out, and I'm not doing anything. I'm just walking. But then I realized that I have an ascended master that's really crazy over me. That at any instance, someone can lose a hand. So he'd rather have me alone than heartbroken because there's a fake person around me because they take it personally. We have the sun. Back to that energy. There's something within the bodily fluids that came out. Don't forget the genes, GENES, and the DNA. When you go take a piss right now and all you thinking about is sexual intercourse, that fluidity consists of that energy. You just don't see it. So if they were using bodily fluid, they say the saliva, and after they spoke all of that, that's really what this is. It's not really where you go and that person says, oh, buying this. No. That person is going to die just like you. So if they were a god or someone to worship, they would know what life brings after death. Okay? or they would have a way to live outside of the normal. The fact that they need the breath of life you need, but here you are praising and worshiping them is really, these people, they really stupid, beloved, honestly. The sun. So now these bodily fluids, like an example, the saliva, and they spoke what they spoke, they solidified something in the spirit for themselves. Something was sealed, something was locked, something is already done. So whatever they spoke, they're gonna live, and it has nothing to do with who they went to and whatever they paid. I don't know what will be. I don't know what the hell this is. But what is going on? Oh, I'm gonna pay this person. Kill him. I'm gonna take a dunk. My feces are powerful. My feces are powerful. I'm gonna put them in a jar, bury them in the ground, and that person's life is gonna be in jeopardy. I'm telling you. Wait. What kind of low IQ mess is that? Something's wrong with people, isn't it? It's not funny. I'm just laughing because really, that's really stupid. We got the 10 of Cups reversed. This is something no medicine will fix. They can go to whatever or substance, whatever, but no one is going to help them with their little scatterbrained situation. Because these substances are not spiritual. The spirit is what you breathe. So if you breathe hate, that's what you breathe. If you breathe jealousy, that's what you breathe. If you breathe love, that's what you breathe. Okay? So whatever these bodily fluids are, something's happening. They buried them, they bound them, they burnt this. Your ancestors were there but what are we even doing here? Like, what's going on? They were there for the amusement and the entertainment. Allah was also just laughing because it seems like when he said no weapon formed is no weapon formed, it's a joke. It's funny. It's funny that the sky is what it is with or without you. If you pass on, life goes on with or without you. Is that funny? Is it funny that you don't control the fact that we all have to swallow and blink? I mean, I'm asking. There's factors of life we need to respect. We need to all understand we're this small in this big grand design. And people like this never, ever see that until they're lost. Their lost supper. Because this voodoo is going to take them out. I don't need to go into grave detail about these bodily fluids and what they consist of because their spirit is of hate, evil, and wicked energy. So just use your pretty little imagination about these bodily fluids and what they ingested as they were doing what they were doing and then spitting it out and peeing and y'all, I don't know, but you know what, sometimes I just wonder what's really going on with people. It's really weird. But now the only problem is, what are they gonna do? They opened Pandora's box and they can't run from death now, can they? That's another factor of life no one controls. We live with it. We learn to, not because we want to, But because even if we don't want to, it exists. That's what an anointed person is. Somebody that you just need to leave alone whether you want to or not. And they have a beep or some form of bell on them that when we look at it, by way of looking at the person, you know that you need to leave them alone within you. And it's an internal battle with the person that goes against that. It's them that decides to do that. And then the problem is when you ring that bell of an anointed person, beloved, when they rung that bell, it sends vibrations, it sends frequencies, it sends wavelengths. And then now the alert was sent and the armor of God was put on you. So simply put, the only thing you need to do is pray and live your life. You don't even know how your ancestors show up because it's not your, it's another world of its own. And if you are in tune and in sync with it, that's a gift on its own too. But it's not in anyone's control now, is it? Because they too died not of their control now, is it? And what do they know that we don't, that we have to respect? We don't know too, is it? But that unknowing is what keeps us in belief of their power, is it? So, we got the Six of Swords reversed and David and Goliath reversed. Well, the thing about Allah is no one really knows. Even the prophet, even I myself, I don't be knowing. So the voodoo is their God. Anything idolized and worshipped and praised by way of statues or whatever, voodoo, witchcraft, black magic, name it, it's just mimicking God. It's God's doppelganger. Satan is God's doppelganger because he's from God. So, David and Goliath upright is, well, who knew that someone that big could be taken out by something so small? Because when they were all surrounding David, even laughing at the fact that he thinks he can't defeat Goliath, like how people were laughing when I picked up them cards and now I'm the leader of it. It's not very funny now, is it? That stone that David received thoughts and emotions about, that communication that divinely contacted him, till this day, David probably was just, who knows what day. He probably took a shit that day, went to go grab something to eat, hung out with whoever, and then someone just poked the bear because it seemed like it was just, you're just a little bear, we need to snuggle. I mean, I'm saying. But then Allah places baits on his anointed ones. Like there's just someone with so much glory that it either brings out hate in you or love. And that's the fine line. Because when you cross it, it's your funeral or your birth. Because they'll forever be risen. You'll forever be risen. I don't know what these people are doing. I want to laugh, but it's really not funny to play with people's lives because you're not God. I myself am not God. Please don't ever look at me like that. I'm just here doing this. I fought too. I be fighting. Okay? Y'all. So they are gonna fall sick. I'm being called to not even discuss it because it's none of your business, honestly. Because firstly, when they were doing this, who was there to tell them not to? Their own intuition that they ignored because they felt like, oh, who is this person that we feel this way about? No, we need to do something about it. Well, your funeral, like I said, or your psychiatric cage. Because even with or without the ward, there is a clinical problem in them, is it? Whether they drink tea or alcohol or whether they smoke or sniff, it is a problem, is it? Okay. The problem is, though, whoever they paid, well, they just, doing collateral damage. Oh, take this, bind this some more. I'm sure of it. Like, I didn't also mess around and find out to do this. They messed around and found out too. They also came out of a vagina. Wet one. Guys, we must all just respect the fact that there's people in this world, and whether we like them or not, we are not their God. I can't be out here looking at this person saying, oh, you think you this? No. Why don't I love myself enough to mind my business? That's the question. We got the Four of Cups reversed here to the Hermit. Like I said, it's repeating itself. So I'm going to close this message off by saying, you don't need to worry about anything here. They are going to fall sick, though. You're going to hear about it, see it. Nonetheless, who cares? Psychiatric ward babes or bros or whatever be going on. Graveyard babes, bros. That's the tea. And it's hot. It's shivering. Whatever. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me. This was a seer's world, okay? This was a seer's world. Just a little baby need a snuggle. No. I don't snuggle little babies, okay? To those keen or interested, you'll find my email listed in my description box below. I do offer personal readings if you want to book me for a personal reading, okay? I thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye, beloved. Goodbye.